Hi there, I'm back again to talk to you about fish. So today we're going to have some Bella mackerel in organic olive oil. You can usually get it anywhere. I got it at my natural food store. It was during their inflation sale. Then I think I'm going to go over Matiz wild sardines with natural lemon essence. Sort of thinking a noodle bowl and a butter paste or whatever for this, and possibly fish cakes for the other. Some other things I'd like to show you are a local find at a discount store is Napa cabbage kimchi. Comes in a can. Will probably taste pretty good in a noodle bowl. Also, someone went on a trip and they brought me back these polar kipper snacks. They're done in Germany. Not gonna eat these today though. Also, King Oscar anchovies that kind of were surprisingly hard to find. These ones I think are in olive oil. Usually they come in a jar and salt and you like clean them off. Person also brought me the Nordic sardine bristling #2 smoked over beechwood. They have a bunch of different numbers of these. I'm not really sure how they're different, but I've seen them everywhere. And then I also thought I would show a local albacore with no salt added that's available in my area. It's Katie's smoked. So I've yet to actually eat these and I have a bunch of cans of it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started trying these out. I went ahead and opened this up off camera because opening up these cans can be quite messy. So you can see there's 3 large sardines. They're not the bristling like the little ones we had last time. They smell extremely fishy and pungent, and not in a bad way, but in a way that's gonna drive my little dog crazy. And it's a good thing I gave him a bunch of little fish before we started this, or else he's gonna be all over me about this. The other one, this is the mackerel. See, it's 2 big pieces. We're gonna go ahead and try this real quick. So a good thing to notice when you're buying fish is what they're packed in. If they're more health conscious, water, olive oil can be good, but remember levels of olive oil can vary. This one has lemon essence in it. It says 2-3 grams per serving, high in calcium. Caught in the waters of Eastern Atlantic, hand packed in northern Spain. I mean, these, if you eat fish, if you eat tinned fish, you know all about these. I'm trying to find, oh, here we go. Sardines, sunflower oil, natural lemon essence oil, and sea salt. We'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat these. This is sunflower oil, which is a little better than soybean oil, so that's a good try. See, I'm gonna, because I'm gonna cook with these, I'm gonna take a top chunk. A really big chunk. Barely, it's a little dry. Barely have any lemon, and it tastes, I don't know. I still like the last time we ate, but this one, it's a little drier, and it kind of makes me think of tuna fish. And where they're bigger, they have a different, meatier texture than the little ones that we had the other day. You definitely can see the bones. You can definitely see the bones, and it has a meatier type of texture. We're gonna go ahead and try the mackerel. I picked the mackerel because I wanted to make a fish cake, and it thought it was gonna be whiter. We'll see how this goes. They're chunkier. There seems like there's definitely less scales. It's from Portugal, the Bella mackerel. I have a few cans of spicy. It is definitely a little bit lighter than the sardine meat. It's nice big chunks. If there's a lot of bones when I make the fish cakes, I'll probably take them out. It's pretty good. It doesn't have the same, I mean, it's a fish flavor, but it doesn't have the same oily texture as the sardines. The other sardines I had, I don't know if it's because they're in sunflower and not olive oil. They just don't have that rich, buttery, oily flavor that I'm used to. I'm going to try another piece of, oh, there's some dark meat of this just because I haven't really eaten a whole lot of mackerel. I want to know what to expect in this. Nope, it's not going to do it. It doesn't want to do it for me. Come on. Oh, good Lord, I should have used a fork. It's meaty. As the olive oil, it's not as dry. I don't know. I actually don't know much about sunflower oil. I do know it's better for you than soybean oil. But this Bella is an olive oil. Maybe I'm just partial to olive oil. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to do this fish cake. I'm doing... No, it's not an Asian fish cake. I'm going to go ahead and do a fish cake and maybe add some potatoes. I might add one out of the sardines, but I don't know. The sardines are a lot bigger. I was thinking there'd be a bunch more small ones. We'll see how this goes. Okay. I have some of the bigger chunks here of the sardines and the sweet potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and try to tempura fry them. Not really sure how this is going to work out because the fish does seem to fall apart, but we're going to try. So for this fish cake recipe, I'm using equal parts boiled potatoes. This is a russet. If you can, you should possibly use, you know, a waxier type potato like a Yukon. Here's the fish. I'm going to do an equal part fish to potato. You can also add mayo if you don't like mayo. You can add yogurt and lemon. There's some dill. It's going to be some dill and mustard. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that and get back to you. Now, this looks messy. I've gone ahead and put in the potato, equal part fish. I did take the spines out because they were a little big. I have dill. The yogurt has cream on top, so there's also cream, lemon juice, and under the lemon is some mustard. So I'm going to stir and taste and then pop into the fridge. So we've formed our balls. They've sat in the fridge for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead, maybe skip doing flour, do an egg wash and crumb, flatten them on a pan. One recipe says to fry them, one says to oven. I'm going to do the oven. Hi there. After lots of cooking, I have my mackerel cakes. Now these two, I was tempura frying some stuff and I decided, oh, I'm going to dip them in. But this is what they look like done in the oven because I didn't add any oil to them. So I have this store-bought sriracha mayo, no judgment, because we can't find sriracha to make sriracha mayo. So that's why we're eating it this way. Now these probably, if you don't like spicy stuff, it's probably going to taste a lot better with, take some mayonnaise or that yogurt and make it with the dill and the lemon and some mustard. I kind of already am wishing I had, you know, done this spicy to begin with and not done like such a plain recipe, but let's see. Let's try the crispy one. Ooh, there's the spicy. That's too big of a piece. Well, let me tell you, the deep fried one is way better. I sort of followed two recipes on this, and one said to pan fry and one said to just put in the oven, and I don't know what person was like, just put this in the oven. That works if you put oil in it, like if you're making chicken strips or chicken nuggets or something. You get the fish, you get the dill, you get a little bit of the lemon. But all in all, I can't tell that this is mackerel. That's not the mackerel's fault. This is the recipe's fault. But let's see if I get a piece that doesn't look like, well, not quite. But this is a great crispy coating. You know, if you can have fried stuff, this would be really good fried in some little fish balls. Also probably would have tasted better with some lemon to balance out the sriracha. But the fried is really good. I'm really excited because I tempura fried the sardines and some sweet potatoes, and that was an experiment. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, stay tuned. So we went ahead and added a little bit of sesame oil to cut that with the vegetarian. We have bok choy. I could not find shiitakes. I went to 3 different stores in my area and there were no shiitakes. I've deep fried the sweet potato and the sardine, and I have the eggs, and I have the fish cake with the ramen. Now I didn't film as much for you while I was cooking this time because I kind of bit off a little bit more than I could handle. So, and there definitely should be some more broth. I estimated the amount of broth. Our noodles are good. They were frozen. This definitely could use more broth. This is not enough broth for a noodle bowl. I'm going to do something you shouldn't do. I'm going to slip from my bowl. Miso's pretty good. It could have used some seaweed also. I'm not sure if I like the fish tempura fried. I much prefer, I think, the oven. You get that crispiness of the tempura and the flavor of the fish, but it just, I don't know. Let's try the fish cake. Fish cake's good. The yam. These were delicious. I don't know how I feel about having tempura in a noodle bowl. I did put some salt and some lemon juice on this when they cool. That's really good. But with the miso, I'm not sure this was the best flavor choice. Ramen. This miso has a different flavor than I'm used to. And I did the pak choy. Egg's always good. Let's try another fish after the egg and some noodle. It's not doing it for me. I don't recommend this. I feel like this was rushed. I really would have preferred shiitakes. I didn't even get my green onions. I'm struggling on what sort of flavor combinations to be putting on some of these veggies. I'm not a fan of, I like the tempura yam. It tastes delicious. The sardines though, not the best noodle bowl. It's just because I was on camera trying to eat that. Bok choy is much better this time. Definitely cutting it in half. And I put the bottom end in, sort of steamed it before I plunged it down. That was good. Get that cabbagey taste. I want that. I want the fish cake after that taste. If you like cabbage taste. I'm not impressed. I don't know if it's a choice of seasoning. Where's my egg? I have one more egg. Actually, I have a few more eggs, but egg's good. The egg's good. The yam's good. The ramen's alright. The bok choy is pretty good. This ramen didn't quite cook the best. I got it fresh and I froze it and then I rethawed it, and that might not have been the best decision here. Fish cake's good. Don't recommend tempura frying. Noodles are okay. And the broth is vegetarian miso. What I'd like to do with you today is some butter. There's this great guy on YouTube, and all he talks about is it's like Butter Chronicles or something, or like on today's butter. And so he's British. There's tarragon, lemon zest, lemon juice, the fish, and butter, and probably some sea salt. I go ahead and blend that up. Then we're gonna try it on some toast. I don't know how this guy does this. He like takes the spoon and it's like, you know, all about butter, and it makes this perfect little, you know, I'm sure it's somebody that does butter a lot. So we're gonna try this, and in case you don't know, it's a spread or a pate according to whatever book you read. It has tarragon in it, which kind of has an anisey flavor. So if you don't like tarragon, you may not like this. This is good. I might have used a little too much tarragon. With the fish paste and the butter, instead of butter, it just tastes like a really rich fish spread. And we have the lemon zest. Probably could use a little more lemon juice and some sea salt or pepper. Like, it's definitely missing something. That lemon and tarragon, really just that anise flavor with fish, it's delicious. Like, this and probably the cakes are my favorite. So before I go today, I want to recommend to everyone, if you want to learn about something new, get a book. This is an alright book. I got it from my library. I really have been looking at like step-by-step how-tos, like for sushi. There's some really good books out there that lay out all the ingredients, all the methods, how to do it. I have yet to find a ramen bowl like that, or a ramen book on making ramen bowls, because I was sort of like a list of proteins and vegetables and noodles and pairings, and that's left to the imagination. But as many books as people write today, there really should be a book out there about this. I like this one. This one gave me the idea about sweet potatoes. It has a autumn-y fall one that looks really good at some point. It has mixed mushrooms that you sort of saute, chilies, Brussels sprouts, you know, a real fall dish. Then this is about meat and not about fish per se, but this is a great book too. It's called The Meat Eater Fish and Game Cookbook. And I'm probably going to talk about this book at some other point, because I have a lot of butchering books and a lot of hunting and game books. And this book it covers all sort of, like, this is a small game and sausage gumbo. Or it has in here how to cut up frogs and snakes and, you know, different types of fish. And this is probably a southern book, because I'm not sure this part it has, but it definitely has a part about cutting up frogs. There it is. Oh, it has snapping turtle, which I don't eat, but you know, this has how to do a bullfrog. This is cool. This is a very cool book. Then I'm going to give you a hint about what we're going to do the next episode on. All right, till we eat again. Thank you.